This is 105 by 68 power.
A project about what happens behind the club. We're looking at ownership, governance, and decision-making.
And before we get into any of that, we think it's important to explain what this project is all about.
Yeah, how it works, and maybe why it sounds the way it does.
So you'll probably notice right away we're using AI-generated voices.
And that's completely by design.
The idea isn't to replace human thought, not at all.
It's just to reduce human bias. I mean, in football, we're all guilty of it. An idea gets judged not on its quality, but on who's saying it.
Sure, their accent, their reputation, even just their tone of voice.
By removing the human speaker, we're trying to remove some of that noise.
So what's left is just the structure of the argument.
The logic and the evidence.
Yeah.
That's it.
So objectivity here doesn't mean we're claiming to have the one single truth.
No, not at all. For us, it just means being really clear. Clear about our assumptions, our frameworks, and, our limits.
Right. We're not pretending to have a model that captures every single club in every country, in every context.
Of course not. Frameworks are tools. They simplify reality so we can understand it, not to pretend the complexity isn't there.
And everything we discuss is grounded in actual documents and professional materials.
Real organizational structures. There's no improvisation here, no made-up examples, no storytelling.
This really isn't about matches, is it? Or tactics or the latest transfer gossip?
No. This is a project about systems.
It's about who owns the clubs, who actually holds the power.
And why the outcomes from the outside can sometimes look so irrational.
Which brings us to the name, 105 by 68 meters.
That's the pitch, the space where the game is played.
And pretty much everything we're going to talk about exists outside those lines.
Exactly. The ownership models, the governance, the budgets, the risk tolerance, all of that shapes what happens inside that box long before a ball is ever kicked.
So it's fair to say this is descriptive before it's prescriptive.
Absolutely. We're not here to say there's one correct model for a football club.
There are only trade-offs.
And understanding those trade-offs, well, that's the first step to making better decisions, isn't it?
So the goal here isn't for everyone listening to just agree with us.
No, please don't. The real aim is to create better questions.
We want you to challenge these ideas, to disagree.
Test these frameworks against your own experience. That's the whole point.
Now, a warning. Some of the conclusions we reach might feel a little uncomfortable.
Especially if you work inside a club.
But that feeling, that discomfort, that isn't a flaw.
It's usually a sign, a signal that we're looking at the underlying structure, not just the weekend's result.
So this is for people working in and around clubs.
Executives, analysts, sporting directors, coaches, anyone who's a student of the game, really.
And it's also for any fan who watches the game and just senses that most debates are about the symptoms, not the actual causes.
I mean, think about it. Football has more data, more money, and more tools than it's ever had.
Yet the quality of decision-making can be so inconsistent.
That gap is what we're here to explore.
So the series will start with ownership.
It has to, because ownership is what defines power.
And power defines everything else.
From there, we'll move on to executive authority, to governance, decision processes, and then later on to things like scouting and development.
This is 105 by 68 power.
A project about understanding clubs as systems of power, not just as stories.
Our first chapter begins with a really simple but fundamental question.
What does ownership really mean?